All right, back at you just for a few minutes this time. I'm going to, make some short segments and then add them all up so they're all in the same video, but I can't really, I'm not good enough to work while I'm holding the camera, so I'll make some short clips, show you what I'm going to do, and then I'll show you afterwards what I did. And again, it's not brain surgery. I'm just showing you the way that I'm doing it. But I haven't really done anything since yesterday, since the first video, but I did make a few phone calls. I tried to get a hold of DC House to get a display holder and also a receptacle, and and ask them a few questions, and I couldn't get through. Maybe it was too late in the day. I'm not saying anything bad about DC House, but I did. I went online and I did find a receptacle, and I pulled the old one out, and it's this old receptacle that that's used for plugging in the old DC charger. So I bought one online, and it says it's for a club cart, and it looks like it's the same pattern to screw it to the golf cart. And it might have been $20, something like that. So I have that coming in the mail next day or two. And I didn't want to, I saw where somebody cut this piece off of this display and filled it in with hot glue and glued it to the dash. And I didn't want to do all that. I'd like to have this so it's removable. If there's a problem, whatever, I could simply remove it. And I wanted a bracket for it. I don't know. It didn't come with one. DC House didn't show one on their website under the battery stuff. So I don't know why, but I'm not complaining about it. The battery price was right. It's got good reviews. So I'm not going to complain about that. I did find it like a standoff bracket for this, and I think it fits this slot on here. And I believe that was $20. But I should have them in the next couple days, and when I get them, I will share where I got them and how much I paid for it. But anyway, that should be. Oh, the other thing that I ordered was a 48 volt to 12 volt transformer. So I forgot about that. And it was cheap. I got that from DC House, and they gave me $10 off for whatever reason. So I think that was $20 after my discount. So it's a 48 volt to 12 volt, so I can run my headlights. So I have those three things coming, and I'll just show you a couple more things, and then we'll call it a day on this video. One thing is to get that plug out. To get that receptacle out, I had to take off this piece of trim here in the front that goes in the front. I had to take off that piece of trim. So for me to take that trim off, I took the screws off these side panels here. I took and raised the carpet up. I raised the carpet up, and when I raised the carpet up, there are screws here in three places for that piece of trim. And I saw somebody, fight getting that thing or making cuts to get that receptacle out. But I mean, it's not that many screws. Pop those screws out, and you can lift that piece up out of your way, and you've got all the room in the world. So, got that. Now the last thing is, let me zoom in a little bit. Excuse me. Let me get my straight edge. Now, I put some shims down here just for so I can take some measurements. And what I've got two sets of 3/4 inch shims, as you can see on each side. They total 3/4 inch shims, 3/4 on each side. So the battery is going to have to come over about to where my fingers are. The battery is going to have to go all the way from this side to that side. Of course, I'm doing it on this side because I want the weight on the passenger side. Now, if you have a significant other that's 300 pounds, you could always put it on the other side if you wanted. But I'm putting it on the passenger side, and as you can see, there are pieces here sticking up that need to be cut off. And you can cut them off flush down here, or if you wanted to cut notches in the plywood, you could just cut a little bit off. But I figured if I'm going to cut it, I'll just go ahead and cut the whole thing off, and that way the plywood that I found a piece of nice 3/4 inch piece of not marine but outdoor plywood, pressure treated plywood, and I will cut these off, and I'm going to cut the plywood so it sits nicely right down on here. And but of course, you don't need to do all that. You don't need to do all this stuff. I happen to have that plywood, and a lot of times it's it doesn't take any longer to go a little farther and do a little extra step. I mean, I've always felt that wood was the best platform to set a battery on. I mean, I was taught that as a kid working in a mechanic shop. Always put a battery on a piece of wood. Okay. I mean, I don't really believe that, but I mean, I've always been taught that, whatever. But what I will do, I will cut that piece of plywood and put that in there. Cut these plastic pieces off so the plywood sits flat. And the other nice thing about the plywood, you can screw anything to it. You can screw a strap to it easier, or a battery stops so the battery doesn't, walk around, whatever. It's just nice having that, plywood down there. Okay, so I guess once I do that, I'm at a standstill until I get the stuff in the mail. Once I get the stuff in the mail, then I can show you what I bought, and then I can move on. I can proceed farther. But that's all I have for today, and I will probably combine this video with the next one. So, trying to make these shorter. I know I have a tendency to go on and ramble and talk too much, so I'm trying to make them shorter and without wasting a bunch of time. All right, thank you.